So we got feet shoulder width. Shift side to side, soften your hips, soften your knees so you feel like your center of gravity is a bit lower. Raise your arms. Make the big arches. Come down to make that heart shape and push down. So everything starts at the top, working our way down. Arms up, chin up. Arms down, chin slightly down. You can shift occasionally here and there, release more tension. Relax your eyes. Eyelids are heavy. Focus is somewhat soft. Inhale. And breathe through your nose as much as you can. In and out through the nose. Inhale. Arch your lower back. Exhale. Round your whole spine. So the whole spine gets moving. That arch, rounding. Inhale. Tongue up to the roof of the mouth. Exhale. Tongue to the bottom of the mouth. Inhale. So if your hands are coming in front of your heart, you're pushing down, try to pull the abdomen muscles back. Relax the same area as you go to inhale. Squish the stomach area. Shift your hips forward, putting the weight on the ball of the foot, the big toe, little toe, and the ball. Flat on your foot. When you shift down or back, shift to your heels. Inhale. Exhale. So the idea is to get this whole wave of movement up and down the spine. It's good for flexibility of the muscles, keeps the vertebrae moving. It's also good for energy flow. If you understand or buy into the energetic anatomy, Kundalini energy, your spine is key to how energy travels throughout your body. You could just relate that to the nervous system, nerves throughout the body. Inhale. Exhale. So let's do 3 more and then we'll move on. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more, deeper and slower. And push the ball into the water. So the other set that we've been doing, it does move a little bit, but you're still probably going to be fine because it just kind of goes back and forth, left and right from where we're standing. So if we start with our feet together, a lot of this concept, symbols, geometry of the X into a circle. You got the circle with the arms, you're pushing a ball into the water. So a lot of geometry. Feet shoulder width, pivot 45 degrees. You can almost put your feet on the corners of the tiles here. Again, cross, like a slicing motion. We come up, the spine gently coils a little bit more to the left. Right hand's a fist, left hand covers where your watch would be. If you wear a watch, you put your hand in front of your knee. So all kinds of Tai Chi concepts here where we shift the weight to one leg so we can turn. Now we're in the Bhagavad stance on the other side. So when I do the slicing motion, I sink my hips, my arms rise, my legs straighten. This time I go to my elbow, and I reach in front of my left knee again. So the spine and shoulder get a bit more of a twist. Hand to your hip, other hand scoops in what we call embracing the pearl. Untwist, grab, and here we have shoot the arrow. So all different types of Tai Chi concepts. We turn, or I'm sorry, we got one more on this side. We scoop and embrace the pearl with the right hand. Shoot the arrow, let the right hand go. Now we turn back to the beginning. And repeat the first of the beginning steps here. Push down. Turn. Inhale. We rise. We sink. Okay, so now we have what I call crack the whip. Your arms come up, kind of like the strumming the guitar movement. Arch your back, and then round your back. Hands make fists. We straighten up a little bit. Cat stance, bow stance. Shrug your shoulders back. Shrug your shoulders forward as you lean forward. And then we straighten up a bit with the spine again. Now back to the beginning stuff with the X, the circle. Find your elbow. Again, reach for your left knee if you can. You end up twisting across your body. So now there's 3 X's. First one goes to the side. Second one goes up. Third one goes down. Hands hook, separate, and you try and stretch your shoulders up towards the ceiling. Relax your arms. Feet come together again, so you got the Bhagavad stance with your feet shoulder width. So we do this X, or this slicing, is also the splashing that we do, like you're splashing. Pinch with your fingers all the way to your left hip. Push and pull. Left hand pushes, right hand pulls. Same thing on the other side. X, splash, hook, push and pull, stretch, sink. So look at this, we've almost stayed in pretty much the same spot where we started. I'm gonna move out of it a little bit. So I make my toes go straight. There's cat stance. There's my bow stance. Embrace the pearl. Grab. So here's again a little bit of that pulling of the arrow, pulling the string, but it ends up being here. And then we punch. And I believe that's as far as we've gone. So that's kind of like the narrative. This time through, we'll focus a little bit more on the breathing deep aspects. Always there's the opening and the closing. Just like an accordion opens, inhale, exhale and close. Inhale, exhale. Turn. You notice my shoulders are above my hips this whole time. Inhale, exhale. Now the spine twists like a spring and then untwists. Inhale. Twist like a spring. Exhale. Turn. Now we're back to the beginning again. Inhale. We got up. We got down. Up. Down. Doing okay, Deborah? I'm just enjoying, watching, scrutinizing. Stretch. Fists. Shoulder movement back. Shoulder movement forward. Spine leans forward. Inhale. We got the up with the arms. Down as we exhale. 1, 2, 3. Arms stretch above. Feet get closer. So your shoulder width again. So this is all the spring winding up. The whole spine winds up, releases, twists a little bit the other direction. And we got the other side. Splash, wind up, twist across. All right, so I want to get to the bow stance. We got cat stance, bow stance, embrace the pearl, pull. Hand comes to your hip. We're going to step forward one more time, and there's a punch low. This hand's a fist. This hand comes back to our side. This is kind of like embrace the pearl, but instead of the hand being open, it's a fist. And we kind of lean into it. Straighten up, cross. Right hand's a fist, left hand does a chop. Both hands open. All right, so we're not going to go back to the very beginning. We're going to go to this twist. Straight, cat stance, bow stance, embrace the pearl, grab, all the way to your waist. Same thing on the other side, cat stance, bow stance, punch out from your sternum. Fist, hand on your side. Right knee bends, bow stance. Lean to your right. Straighten up. So my right hand stays a fist, my left hand chops. Horse stance. and the hands split. All right? So again, a lot of the same concepts that you keep hearing me say. You know, there's the pull, there's the split, you know, we got shooting of the arrow. Same concepts, just recycled. Height differential makes it easy. Tall people in the back, so I guess I should go to the back. No. Hopefully I'm giving a big enough target you can see what we're doing. So, gotta take a deep breath. So this exercise set, again, is about this opening and closing. So back to the breathing stuff I've been talking about the last couple weeks and at the talk last week. Just the thought of breathing deep only slows it down a certain amount. You need techniques or methods that help you to breathe deep. This one is very good for getting the body moving. Anytime we twist sideways, it helps the lungs stay elastic, helps the muscles that help us breathe stay elastic. It's really good for your breathing. Okay? Gotta take a deep breath. Inhale. We're gonna do it 2 more times through. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I don't know if I did that each time at the beginning, but we will. Inhale. Feel the tension, and then let it go. Inhale. Tension in your shoulders, neck. Let it go. Inhale. Let it go. Exhale. Inhale. Let it go. Exhale. Back to the earlier steps. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders are directly over my hips for these. Inhale. Exhale. The whip. Throw it away. Shoulder shrug. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. Inhale. Exhale. 3 X's. And I'll inhale at the top here. So when I come to here, again, bending my torso helps me to exhale. Squish, twist, or bend upwards. From here, splash, inhale. Exhale, relax and sink. Other side, inhale. Exhale. Straight. Cat stance, bow stance. Embrace the pearl. Pull. Hand to your waist. Cat stance, bow stance. Punch from your sternum. Hand to your side. Bow stance, lean. Embrace the pearl with a fist. Straighten up, cross. Fist and chop. Horse stance. Sink down. So where we just finished is almost the same thing as when we start with a horse stance. Just happens to work that way for this movement. There's still more steps. We're not going to do more today though. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coil. Embrace that pearl. Shoot the arrow. Embrace the pearl. Shoot the arrow. Inhale. Squish the accordion. Inhale. Twist across the body. Get the wave moving. Crack the whip. Shoulder shrug. Back. Forward. Lean. Inhale. Back to the accordion. Exhale. 3 X's. Sideways. Up. Down. Hook. Back foot comes forward. Splash. Wind up like a spring. Inhale. Exhale. Turn. Splash. Wind up. Exhale. Straight with the toes. Cat stance, bow stance. Embrace the pearl. Our Tai Chi pull. All the way to our waist. Cat stance, bow stance again. Punch towards the sternum. Horse stance into bow stance. Sideways bow stance. Embrace the pearl with a fist. Fist and chop. Horse stance. Split. Feet come closer. Take a deep breath. Twist the neck up. Chin down. Take a deep breath. Chin up. Chin down. One more deep breath. Straight up. Push the ball down. So everybody feels fantastic. You might even break a little sweat from doing that. Depends on how deep you breathe, how much you twist, how much you sink. If you're not sweating at all, that's fine, but it's kind of a side effect if you're doing it. Any questions? Comments? Qigong. You'll never find it. It's one of these family forms. It's not like Yang style Tai Chi or Chen style Tai Chi where you can look up books and videos on it. Some of these forms were kept within the lineage of families. So, okay, we got the silk reeling. So again, I'm gonna go about maybe 1.5 tiles apart. Everything starts with the feet, pushing the waist. If we do this enough and we're relaxed, the shoulders will start to move kind of like in a figure 8. We're not really concerned with the figure 8 at this point. This hand comes at our side. When we're shifted towards the left hip, we slice. Shift across, keep that slice as far as you can. You can't keep the pinky finger up. Time to turn it over. That's our inhale. Exhale when we cross. So kind of like the accordion again. Opening, inhale, exhale, cross. Shift your feet, shift your waist, spine, arms come along at the end. Push the breath out. So as much as you can, try to keep everything relaxed. Even though you get the shift and the twist, you're trying to keep the muscles relaxed. So it's kind of a half circle on the bottom, maybe a bit of a straight line or a little arc on the top. It's not like we're going to go up here. Okay, we come across to here. Squish the breath out. This is all fine. Try to keep your head level. Let your eyes go down to the side and front to the other side. So your eyes are muscles. They move side to side, up and down. So we've done about 10. Let's shift to the other hand. Slice on the bottom. Wave on the top. Feet, waist, arms. One of the main concepts we'll practice throughout all the Tai Chi forms. Feet push the waist. Waist moves the spine. Spine directs the arm and the hands. Squish. So this has the water theme. Just like water's in a fish tank and you're kind of walking with it and it slides from side to side. This is the water theme. So from water, we draw our leg back. So now we're about 1 tile apart. That's our bow stance. It's just typically the front knee is bent, back leg is straight. A moment ago we did bow stance that was like this. Still had one knee straight and the other locked. It's just our feet were a little different orientation. Hand on the side, same slicing motion. As far as you can go, unwind. So this gives me the perfect opportunity to use this wall for a reference. I try to keep my hand on that same plane even when I shift back. So this one has the theme of earth, because you're very stable. Side to side, forward and back, you're very stable. Earth is grounded, earth is stable. Just let me move off the wall. So here's my exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So again, these are methods to help you to breathe deep. By the way, you're squishing your torso, engaging your diaphragm, all that good stuff. So after we've done about 10, I shift back, I turn this front foot, knee, and hip, then I shift forward, cat stance, bow stance on the other side. Adjust if you need to. There's the chop. for some reason your knees or some part of your back, something's not feeling good, you can just do the arm movement. But if you want to add the feet and the waist pushing, and we get like this pumping motion. Pumping and coiling. Like a spring winding up and then unwinding. It wouldn't be uncommon for some of you to hear your back, some part of the spine crackle from the gentle twisting. So again, we're trying to do about 10. When I'm talking, I lose count, so some of you got your abacus out, keeping track of, no, Jen, we did 7. Yeah. I figure it's kind of about 10. So then we come to feet together, feet apart, have our horse stance. A narrow horse, again, if you have some knee issues, something that's not feeling comfortable, you just do the upper body movement. I like to do about 2 tiles for this. So I'm going to shrug my shoulders up, down, and then this is wood. So it's like you're pulling a wooden tree root out of the ground. And then we pull apart, and then to add to the wood, you have a wooden arrow, and this left hand is holding the wooden bow. It's all wood. And we sink. So you go to the next one, we're already down here, so I pull up the root. You see how I kind of do this spiraling. So my wrists and forearms spiral, then my spine gently spirals. Pull the arrow, release and sink. So all this is coiling. Coiling the wrists, the forearms, the spine, and then here this is coiling and uncoiling. It's like you're wringing out a wet towel, being your arms, your hands, to some extent your spine. Breathe out. Coil. Inhale. Exhale. So the neck, depending upon how much range of motion you have with your neck, I can tilt my chin down a little bit and then level. And then here, if it doesn't feel good, you just keep your head straight. But if you can, you try to turn your chin all the way towards your shoulder. Chin down. Inhale. Chin to the left. Exhale. So one more on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly sink. Slowly rise. All right. So the next one will be fire. Someone just threw you a big beach ball. It just so happens to be as big as your nose down to your navel. We often say, right? That's our reference points. Let the ball drop, roll it. As you're rolling, this hand and thumb kind of come back to your shoulder or maybe your ear, and that starts to push forward. As this one does brush knee, it also pushes down. You sink down again from the hips. Slowly down, slowly up. So someone again is throwing you a ball from 45 degrees. Catch it at the nose and navel. Let it drop. This hand winds up to the ear. Roll the ball. Push in front. So it's got fire. It's not always real evident, like, well, why is this one fire compared to other ones? Oftentimes it's just the balance of being different from the other ones. If that makes sense. So again, we catch the ball. That's our inhale. Let it go. Push away. That's our exhale. Catch the ball. Exhale. You notice how I'm pushing with my shoulders forward. I'm pushing with my shoulder down. I'm not trying to do this. I'm not doing this. It's the shoulders, trying to move them independently. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So that's fire. Metal is the last one. There's 5 of them. We've gone through all of them. We did water, earth, wood, metal, or metal's next, and we just did fire. So we're back to this, shifting. And again, if I'm just really relaxed, and say I had markers or chalk or something on my fingertips, and I had a palette on the floor in front of me here, as I keep getting relaxed with this, I would start to get this figure 8 pattern, and then I could sell it for artwork, and it would be in the newspaper like that banana with a piece of tape. Banana with a piece of tape that sell for $2 million? Jesus, if I can do figure 8s doing Tai Chi, maybe I can get some money from that, right? Artwork. Okay, I get it. It's in the eye of the beholder. So with that same idea, I'm really kind of getting the shoulders to move with that swaying. So here's our metal. Metal, it's because we're going to split. We're going 2 directions. So as I shift, I kind of coil my spine to the right. I'm bumping my shoulder and then unwinding with the elbow and the wrist. Now my spine goes completely opposite way, and I bump to the right. And then uncoil. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. So there's the overlap. As soon as this one finishes with the top hand, my bottom hand is by my hip. Bump, poke, push. Same thing on the other side. Bump, poke, push. So if your spine, again, doesn't like that much twist, or your hips or your knees, then you back off, and you might just be doing, like the wave arms like clouds movement. When we practice the form, it turns, but maybe not quite as much. So I'm also going to inhale on one side, and then I'll exhale as I bump on the other. My shoulders turn almost all the way to the side. Inhale. Exhale. There's the overlap. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowing it down. Inhale. Exhale. So hopefully something feels good. We're trying to have minimal things that don't feel good. Splash, flick, push the ball under. Splash, flick, push the ball under. Splash, flick, push the ball under. And that's what I found to be so good about these exercises that I teach and offer. It's like a volume control. You turn it up or down. My neck doesn't feel good, I'm not going to turn it as much. My knees don't enjoy something, I'm not going to bend them as much. You can adjust it. So it came up in conversation this week about this class not having a break at the top of the hour. I think when I first started doing it, I was like, anybody need a break for 5 minutes? And then most of you said no. And I said, if you do, we got chairs, restrooms, drink, grab it. The other location, they really want that break so they can sit down. So there might be 1 or 2 people that come over there that don't come because we don't have a break here. So I was just curious, I'd offer it. If you guys want, let me know after the fact, like, Jim, I really would like a break. Take the whole thing and shut it down for 5 minutes. We're all good? Don't need to beat the dead horse, right? Okay, so now we're back into our Tai Chi fundamentals. And this applies towards Yang, Chen, Wu, probably all the different Tai Chi forms in their families. So we got up and forward, down and back. We have shift to the left, shift to the right. Become solid and stable in the center. So that's our 5 directions. Teaches us a few different things, teaches us five different directions of stability. Inhale as we go up, exhale as we go down. Teaches us when to breathe. Again, different methods help us to breathe deeper. Shift to the left and breathe out. Open the lungs at the top or the front. Twist and breathe out. Back to the top, back to the bottom. So just like the 5 fingers, 5 directions, the 5 elements, this pushing forward and piercing is metal. Pulling back is tension, so it's wood. Shifting from the feet to the waist to the arms, that's the water element again. Opposite is fire. Center, solid, stable is earth. All right, so that's the 5. We only need to do those a couple times. Shift to the right, turn your left hip. Shift to the left, come up on the the toes. This is sometimes called dot, empty stance, cat stance. It's interchangeable. Dot, like you have paint on your foot and you're dotting. So I step out in a bow stance, nose and navel, the hands kind of spin the ball. Here's ward off. Usually this is level with the nose. This is maybe level with the throat, the heart. Sometimes it's in front of your own heart or even off to the side. When we practice it in my class, I usually put it right underneath there. This is splash to roll back. Now my body is spun or kind of wound up like that spring again. So I bump with the shoulder, poke with the elbow. I'm doing yang style. You shouldn't be doing that. Here is the pluck and pull, push. There's our split. It's a good review. So if that's yang style, doing the 8, let's do what we should be doing with the Chen style. Chen style here, pull in. There's ward off. Roll back. So it's the same stuff, it's just that you're facing the hips forward. And then other differences with the hands here. That's press. Pull is kind of like a clearing motion. Do it twice. Push is coming to your nose, down the body, and then out. Then we do shoulder, elbow, wrist again. Kind of like the wave arms like clouds. Do that twice, support the wrist, hold it up, turn into a pinch. Here's our split. To get it started, that top hand comes back to get us started on the other side. So big ball, small ball. Push it out the window. Splash. Roll the ball back. So here's again our sideways movement, shoulder, elbow. Now we're trying to turn into it, twisting the torso. Pull like you have a big fire hose. If you don't use your legs, you're going to strain your back. And the other side. Feet, waist, arms. Now you go from your nose down to your navel and then out, like you're pushing a ball into the water in a pool. You want it to spin away from you. And then shoulder, elbow, wrist. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Split. All right, so we'll just finish that. We don't need to do that whole set to finish, just go there. So who picked up on that I was starting to do the yang style? It's like, wait a minute, we're supposed to be doing Chen style, Jim. So, I got to keep track in my head. Sometimes you folks, you catch it. Not a big deal. So our bigger set now, we are going to go a bit side to side, and then there is going to be somewhere we're going to have to back up a little bit. I don't think turning 90 degrees is going to help us. So we'll just adjust as we need to. It's getting a little stuffy in here, isn't it? Are they still going? I don't think we'll be that loud, so I don't think I'll be that loud. I'm the common denominator here. So I didn't think it was just me wearing long sleeves today. It does get a little stuffy when the doors are closed. Sherry, do you want to pop that door too? And give us a little more flow. All good? All right, so here we go, putting the different pieces and parts together. So here's our start, little half circle, shift forward, shift back. That's called our opening or closing, because we do it at the end too. Someone throws you the ball, you get it moving, kind of like up, and then down to your hip, and then out the window to the left. So your arm is level with your shoulder. Shift to the left as if that ball got out of your reach, so you kind of coil to bring it back. When you get in front of your face, you pivot your right leg out. Relax your shoulders. Shift across, cat stance on one leg for a second, bow stance. This whole shoulder rotates. So it goes from ward off to a bit more of a chop with a protect. Push your shoulders out, pull your wrists back. Wind up and coil behind. Right arm comes in slightly, left arm does a low ward off about navel height. this arm has to start to circle on this wall right here. So it starts to circle so that by that time you can bring your foot, your waist, your hand up in front. It's like you're reaching under the chin. Make a fist, put it in your palm. Lift your foot, set the foot down, sink your waist, hit your hand into the open hand. Shift your weight to the left, arms split. One high, one low. They go diagonal. And then they spin as you shift. You come in a little bit to your left, and then you put your foot farther out. Hand to your waist, hand scoops up. That's a little bit of the embracing the pearl right there. Untwist, pull across. Again, rotate your shoulder, push. This arm does a little bit of a half circle on top, half circle on the bottom. There's that cat stance to the side, twist your torso, push the ball down and away. So I'm going to add a couple other little details in here. So your hands come up to protect here. This foot stays where it's at. Take your left arm and do a shoulder and elbow. Kind of like you're scrubbing your side, but this shoulder goes back and then forward. Now set your foot down. This arm comes up and we do our split. This hand comes over. It's going to do a pull all the way around, one more circle. Pull. Now it turns up. This hand turns with our foot. There's our low ward off. Again, we get the arm circling. Our foot comes forward, our waist sinks down, this hand comes under the chin. Put it in the other hand, lift, hit your fist into the open hand. So, little differences there. After we were here, this came around. So that's like your roll back. Here's our push. So we're just going to stay with our legs here. Protect, spin, pinch. Shoulder, elbow, come back. Scrub, split. This hand comes under. You're going to feel a little stretch across your right shoulder, your right lower back. Pull. Roll back. All the way around for a second one. See here. Now turn up. Turn your foot, knee and hip to the left. Sink. Get that arm moving. Foot, waist, arm behind. Fist into the palm. Kinetic linking. Feet, waist, arm. Turn to the front. Just so we don't keep going out the door. So from here, I slide my leg back. I do that same splitting, spinning. We're going to split. Right about here, we shift our weight. Now the arms come. Then we go back on the other side. Some of this is just timing, and I'm changing the timing slightly. Hands split, protect, split again. There's our bow stance. In black, in black. Reach behind. So now my reference point is my ear and my chin. And I dip to the left. I imagine I can bump with my shoulder, but really the shoulder don't move too much from there. Elbow, palm of the hand. Hand that was by my ear comes across, then we split. There's the pinch, hand open, relax your shoulders. Gather in, scoot back, strum the guitar. Hands on the inside by your elbow. If you'd like, try to balance. Set your toes down. All right, so let's try it again. There's a bit of coiling. That's really what makes Chen different. I can highlight it, as we do it. Gets monotonous after a while. You'll start to do it on your own. Coiling of the spine and the hands and wrists. Uncoil. Now the spine has a little twist. Coil. Twist to the right. Balance. This is coiling, twisting, protect. Coiling the arms, the shoulders, spine. Coil. As that circles around, a little twist. Sink. Hit. coiling of the spine, the wrists, the forearms. So anytime we're doing coiling or twisting, you're kind of regulating your blood flow. Shutting it off, letting it glow, letting it flow. Inhale. Exhale. Protect, spin, pinch. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. The wrist really doesn't attack, but it's the shoulder, the elbow, the hand comes to your side. And then we come back. Scrub, shift left. This hand comes underneath. Shift right, left, right. It's almost like a complete whole circle in there. Ward off. Here's again, twist. Under the chin, front of your navel, balance, front of your navel. So again, this is just timing. Sometimes I mix up the timing a little bit, but it's the feet, the waist, arms. Then it starts again. Feet, waist, arms. All the way to here. Feet, waist, arms. And then the extra dip. Right? This is coiling. We reach and gather, coil in with the wrists, splash up. Set the foot down. So now we turn a little bit on the corner. Roll back. As we come forward, it's like we're winding up our spine and our shoulder to do chop, chop. Little turn to the left, roll back, chop, chop to the left. Reach behind, same idea. To come to your ear, hand to your chin, shoulder, elbow, wrist on the way up. Nice. Gather, so that whole piece repeats. Strum the guitar, balance on one leg, set the foot down. One more, roll back, chop, chop. So we're on the corner here. Feet together, here's our X. Slice as we shift from right leg to left leg. This arm continues to kind of circle around to protect. Other hand winds up, make a fist. Now here's our push and pull, or release the arrow, if you will. Shift back. I need to make a little room here. Pull on top. Roll back. Another one of the king pounds the mortar. All the way to here. This comes up like a bird, opening up its wings. Cross and sink. Shift to your left. The leg goes out a little further. Pull the big fire hose. But when we get to about here, my bottom arm does brush knee. Then we do the other side. Pull the big fire hose. Brush knee. Hand to your hip. Other hand winds up. There's embrace the pearl again. They both kind of pull. And you have a fist in your side. The other fist is by your temple. Sink into horse stance. And try to twist your torso towards your right knee. And then straighten up. And we'll start over. So I'm pretty sure we've gone that far in this class. Whether you remember it or not, doesn't really matter. I'm not going to call you out. Today's the day you're doing it in front of the group. And like, no. I never do that, not with this group. That's more like in the martial arts school setting. So back to the beginning. Waves and coiling. Inhale. Exhale. So if we go a bit slower and I match the breath, again, some of you might be a little more challenged with that. So take more breaths if you need to. And breathe out. And breathe in. Out. Right there, circle on the front, half circle on the side, and the fist, and the fist. Coil, inhale, exhale, this foot, I kind of put the weight on the left leg so I can reach the right leg out further. Inhale. Relax your neck and shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Up to there. We don't do the other side at this point. In. Out. That's a shoulder, elbow, wrist. Roll the ball. Another one of the king pounds of order. Rise up. Shift to your left so you can put the foot out farther to the right. Pull. Squish the breath out as you bend a little. Straighten up. Pull. Push your breath out. Coil. Pull. Shift to the right. Horse stance. Shoulder press. So now we're going to spin. We got 2 planes. We got horizontal, we got vertical. So from here, my right hand was out, left arm was out. So that's like we're spinning horizontal. Then we go vertical. So the hands are spinning. Make a fist to the side. Other hand comes to rest on your side here. So I'm going to go over here. Tension on the hands, but the shoulders are relaxed. So now I open up. My spine does that twist. And then twists the other one. Now my shoulders do spin. Hold. And roll back. This foot comes straight. This does kind of a sweeping motion across the floor. Knock something out of the way. The back foot does cat stance to the side. Push the ball down. Forward. Scoot back. Forward up. Lift up. Hand to your shoulder or your ear. Other hand to your waist. Shift back. Most of the weight's on your back leg. So again, not back to the very beginning. Let's go from here. Spin the ball. Spin. Straight. Pull. Pull. Sweep. Push the ball into the water away. Low stance. Board off. Lift the ceiling. So here's the ball. It's a big ball. We're getting it spinning. Come to the ear. Come to the head. By the time you finish, that ball is going to kind of like a wedge, if you will. It's on a little bit of an angle. So if somebody was to pull your hand, your center of gravity is way back here. It's a wedge. try it again from the beginning. You got enough time to make the whole thing again. Up to there. Inhale. Exhale. Ball moving. Exhale. Get out of your reach, grab it. Pull it back. Breathe out. And protect. Breathe out. Coil back. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The ball spinning. Sinking. Inhale. Pulling. Pushing as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Protect. Spin. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Scrub back. Inhale. Exhale. Grab the ball. Pull it. Roll back. Pull. Coil. Word off. Flow. Inhale. Exhale. In. Turn. Go stance. Sink the hips. Split. Protect. Smooth ball. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Right crane spreads its wings. In block. In block. Coil. In. Out. Together in. Out. Roll back. Out. Roll back. Coil. Breathe out. Gather. Strum the guitar. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Splash. Protect. Punch. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Roll the ball like you're bowling. King pounds the mortar. Runs like a burner. Sink. Shift. Reach your foot further. Pull across. Squish the breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Spin. Exhale. Spin. Exhale. Pull. Sweep. Exhale as you push. Protect. Lift up. Repulse monkey. So there's two more of those. So we go again, ward off, lift up. And we'll just keep running back into the back wall here. Don't want to do that. Let's finish it up. So again, splash, push down, trying to slow our breathing down. Breathe out, inhale, slow exhale. So hopefully everybody feels wonderful. You know, I say that often at the end of the class. I assume if you're not feeling wonderful, you're not going to let me know. Jim, I'm going to pass out. You know, I'm raising my hand. So. But you know, kind of a little formality. I try to check in and be cordial. If you all ever have something going on, you know, please get my attention. We're glad to see. So that's the Chen style. We're maybe about 40 or so exercises into it. A total of 76. Sometimes they call it 108 because they repeat and stretch it out a little bit. So if you have questions, stay after. Otherwise, be well. Enjoy the rest of the week.